before I put the testers out there and you guys go nuts, I've got 4 envelopes here. In each of the envelopes, there's a note card. And on that note card, it says like warmer of the month, Scentsy Buddy, may say plug-in warmer, 6-pack wax, whatever we feel like we need to use as incentives. That's entirely between my wife and I on what we choose to use as an incentive. All right, to host a party. But if you agree to host a party, in addition to the hostess rewards, you will also get, this, special thank you from us. And then I stand up there and would anybody be interested in selecting an envelope and hosting a party for them? And then, 2 or 3 of them, they hop up, they bypass the testers, they come after the envelopes, they open it up. Now what's good here is I've got this note card. And I've also got my calendar. And some people like to do their calendars different ways. Some people will walk into a party with a calendar that's marked up, just highlighting the days that they're willing to do parties. Okay, I can't do that in my calendar. Everything has to be, combined for me to say, okay, I'm gone here, I'm gone there, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Hey, I can do a party this day, what works best for you? I love doing Saturday afternoon parties because they're like totally fun and awesome, and more people usually come than on a weeknight. And I like doing Sunday parties too. They're just a lot of fun. But now I've got the note card. So I write down the customer's or the hostess's name, telephone number, email address. I explain to them that, hey, I'm going to get you a kit for your party. I'm going to send you some catalogs, some order forms. You can start getting orders, get a little bit of information about it, just enough. Say, okay, I need to talk to you about this party before you leave, but there's a couple customers over here that need some assistance, okay? This is just to kind of separate me from them and their party. I can go over there, talk to another customer, maybe book another party, something like that, but it gives them time to feel good about, wow, I'm going to host a party, and they're all excited, now they're shopping. And then you visit them back again, you finalize the details, okay? We've agreed on this date, this is going to be your hostess gift, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing. And then this is what I'm going to follow up with you. So you've got your little coaching guide, how to invite people, what to do, things like that. And Scentsy parties don't have to be these big, extravagant, crazy things. Some of my best parties that I've been to that hosted, it was 6 people showed up. The lady put a bowl of salsa out of the jar in the bowl, set the jar right there, opened up the bag of chips, and that was refreshments. That was it, and some bottled water. And her friends came over, and they had so much fun, flying through that box of scents and passing different things around and looking through the catalog. 2 or 3 hours worth of work for me. Great party. It's that simple. And the only thing easier than that is a basket party. You just need to spend 20, 30 minutes with that hostess and coach them on all the things that you need them to collect in order to conduct a really good party. So get out there, make that list of people that you're in contact with. You know that whether it's Mary Christensen's books or I can't remember the thing I was reading the other day, but it's always the same thing. It takes, on average, 3 contacts with somebody, either to get them to buy product from you or to host a party. And that's if they generally kind of know what Scentsy is, all right? And people are more apt to place an order with you than host a party because they think they have to have like this big, fancy spread at their house and do all these things. And this is a business about simplicity. Being authentic about yourself, about the product, keeping it very simple, and just being very generous with your hostess and giving them a little extra thank you for generating business for you. So besides the really cool pin we got here, all right, now you go out and let everybody know you're selling Scentsy. You've got the kit to have your own little, envelope party, or you can come up with your own modifications yourselves. But it's really important, like I said, to make that list, call those people, ask them. What's the worst they can say? No. And no doesn't always mean no, it just means no, not right now. All right, and then once you've gotten that party booked, get it recorded in your calendar, write that stuff down. It just makes it all much simpler. Follow up with the hostess on a regular basis. All right. Some of the questions that I've had, and I'll get to in just a second. Some of the questions that I've had today is, what do you do when you show up at the party and 2 or 3 people show up? Hey, 2 or 3 people is still a party. So you just drive on like it is. But now's your opportunity to send these people out with catalogs and order forms. Saying, hey, would you mind taking some catalogs and getting some orders for your friend Mary here, because she's got really cool friends and she's going to get all these hostess rewards. They're going to go out, they're going to do this for Mary because they're her friend and they want to sell the product. Now they're going to realize how easy this is. So when those orders come back, say, I'd really like you to consider hosting your own party and getting your own hostess reward sometime. And they're going to be like, wow, yeah, because I just did this so she can get all the free stuff. I'm going to do it for me now so I get free stuff. Hey, when can I do it? And then I usually say, let's give it a couple weeks because you just did one with your her, let's give you a couple weeks, and they're like, oh, that's great and stuff. But then you follow up and remind them that they committed to it, how thankful you are that they are doing this party for you. You give them the tools and set them up for success. Do that part. Good question.
Do you find it's more beneficial to let the hostess pick the price, like you have that separate number of card? Do you find it's more beneficial to have the hostess pick what she wants, or you might have an extra, the warmer of the month from last month that you did sell, that you're gonna put that in there, or 6 bars later on at home that you
I like to pick it myself. If it's bars, I want them to have something that they're going to be happy with. Okay? If it's a warmer of the month, that's usually that one I have it. Never have I bought something full price to give a hostess. Okay? And I'm not advocating that. I had a really interesting conversation actually with Orville. We were talking about just Sensi in the business and stuff like that when we saw him at Cancun. And he always tells people, don't put family money into Sensi, put Sensi money into the family, okay? So yeah, you want to pay yourself first when you get that nice little paycheck every month, but you also want to make sure that you're doing something to keep your business afloat and driving your incentives. And that's one good way of doing it, is just to get a couple extra things. And I mean, I'm sure we all get those orders once in a while. Somebody calls you up and like, hey, I need this, and you're all like, woohoo. Now you've got to call 3 or 4 more people to get a couple of orders so that you can get that 150 and that hostess rewards. Who's that all go to? And that's how I support my habit. But you're going to be doing some parties. And the great thing about this is if I know I'm booking a party 2 weeks out and this person wants this particular warmer or this particular Sensi buddy, now I can order that for them usually. It's not a problem. And if I do have to put the family money into the Sensi to get that one because it's happening and I need to order something, I know I'm going to get the orders that are going to compensate that back at some point. So it's how you manage it. But with that being said, I want the customer to be happy, something they like, but I don't like to turn this into a free-for-all negotiation where they think, oh, well, I'm just going to get this, and then change their mind 2 days later and get this, because I need some time to prepare this for them. So by putting it on a card, you get this, this, or this. If you pick that card, now you take your pick from that. So, and I know people have done this, like you can pick a full-size warmer just for discussion purposes of what I have here. Maybe they've got 5 or 6 warmers in stock, and they let them pick just one of those, and then they can take them that night. That's great. I don't give it to them until they actually have that party. And I always say a qualifying party. So a qualifying party, and I explain to them it means it must be $150 before taxes, and then that's it. I've addressed it. They nodded their head yes, up and down, and it's all good to go. We don't have to address that again. Say, oh, you needed it. You only had $95. Why don't you go out and get a couple more? People place in order. So, no more problem. Any more questions? Yes, ma'am. Do I do parties with my wife? Yes, I do parties with my wife. It depends, I guess, on the group and what's kind of going on. If it's a group of people that she knows more and she's a little comfortable, usually she'll just kind of take over and let things go, and then I sit in the corner and I do the order forms and everything like that. If it's somebody that maybe she doesn't know a lot of people there, maybe I just kind of get up and do the pitch, and then she just kind of like, coaches the hostess a little bit on things, and then whatever, we both reporters. It always varies how we work the business together. It just depends on the circumstances, who the customers are, if we know them, how well we know them. We've had parties that were just like all friends, we knew everybody, and I mean that's when you just set the box on the table and you just let them go at it, and they come over and they've got their order forms filled out for you and everything like that. So, order forms. How many of you have sent out basket parties and not gotten the order forms filled out completely? Frustrating?
Yeah.
Why? You don't have their information. Coach your hostesses. Okay, the idea, I got asked this question in the first one I did. I always highlighted the order forms. This is the information I need on the customers. So if I need to get a clarification on that order, or I need to fix something on that, or I always use the combine and save. Hey, this person needed one more Sensi bar, they could get that, or 2 warmers, and they could save $15. You don't want me to bug you about it. Get their information, I'll contact that customer, I'll get them the best possible deal. They're always like, oh yeah, that's great. Another person said, hey, what about warranty information? Yeah, there you go. We were talking about this at lunch. Warranty information. What if that person's warmer's broken, quits working, or it arrives to them and it doesn't work? That's not something the hostess wants to deal with, and that's not something you want the hostess to deal with. But now you've got that customer's name.